What's shaking? It's your boy Atti. Welcome to the Atti calendar, season 2, Atti season 2025. And today is Trauma Tuesdays. And if you're familiar with the Atti calendar, you already know Trauma Tuesdays. What I do, I break down my album, Urban Trauma, which is completely out, by the way. It's a chapter album, has 5 chapters. Every chapter, 1 through 5, is out on all platforms, including my channel on YouTube. That's Atti718, ATTI718. If you ain't get familiar with the first season of the Atti calendar, if you want to get familiar with Urban Trauma, the album, every chapter is a different subject matter. Just go to my page, like, comment, subscribe, show me love. If not, you got another platform. We on Apple Music, we on Spotify, it's everywhere. Urban Trauma, you already know. Trauma Tuesdays, your boy Atti. Let's get it. I'm off this, y'all. Have a good one. What's shaking? It's your boy Atti. Welcome to the Atti calendar. Today's Trauma Tuesday, and we're gonna break down one installment, one chapter of my album, Urban Trauma, the chapter album. We're gonna break down chapter 3. What is a chapter album? Is exactly what it says in the title, or basically what I just said. Is a album that is broken down into chapters. Instead of having one long album, every different chapter is a different subject matter. Why we starting with 3 is because we already did 1 and 2. If you are familiar, if you're not familiar, go on YouTube. Atti718, that's the name of my channel. ATTI718. You could, everything is in a playlist. You could go to Atti calendar season 1 and go to Trauma Tuesdays, and I'll have a full breakdown of chapters 1 and 2. Chapter 1 is called On the Run. It was more about, when you from an urban environment, you dealing with a life of crime, and you committed a crime, you on the run, you gotta go from try to figure it out. It's a stressful situation. So we got a nice little story there. And then chapter 2 is called Atti Season. It's more about hustling and selling drugs. You're from an urban environment. You may be familiar with something like that, but everything, what I try to do at the end of everything is I try to shed light on that lifestyle, and then shed light on growing out of that lifestyle. So, I don't want to give away everything, but those are the basics of what it's about. Chapter 3, and it's more from a man's perspective. It's more about, being in the hood, urban environment, and dealing with, the opposite sex, dealing with a relationship with someone that may have, that same urban trauma, that same trauma as you, and how that reflects towards you, and how it pulls you back and forth, and anger, and dealing with these type of problems. It's called 99 Problems and a Bitch is One. A little bit of maybe a problematic title, but that's why it's called 99 Problems. So the reason why I went with that is because everybody know Jay-Z. I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, big shout out to Hove. And 99 Problems, but a bitch ain't one, is basically like, I got 99 problems, but I don't deal with those type of issues on his level. Jay with Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? We don't know his issues. I know a lot of y'all like to speculate on Jay and all that. I'm not a conspiracy theories. I'm not here for that. And why I went and I spent it is because it's like I have 99 problems, but on top of that, I'm also dealing with, like, this is my biggest issue at the moment. 99 problems, and this bitch is one, and a bitch is one. And in this chapter, it's just a breakdown of, a situation that you could go through being a man, dealing with a girl that also has that urban trauma like you, is used to a certain lifestyle, is used to moving a certain way, and you try to accommodate, you try to make it work because you're infatuated with, parts of the lifestyle and parts of the things y'all may have done and the fun y'all may have had, but sometimes it's just too much of a problem. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't handle it right. So this album deals with that type of trauma. So like I said, every chapter is a different subject matter. This deals with more problems and trauma within relationships. There's 5 songs on each chapter. On this one, I have it starts with, what is it, Tonight, featuring Havoc. Big shout out to Havoc, Bushwick representative. You know what I'm saying? You know, doing the R&B shit. You know, he do a little bit of reggae, all that. Havoc definitely be on his shit. Make sure y'all look out for him. I got Tonight. The next track after that is On Me, produced by Reek This Lit. R.I.P. Reek This Lit. You know, the big brother. You know, if you get familiar with if you was familiar with chapter 1, I've definitely, you know, said a lot about, you know, the producers on this album, and, you know, a long way that we have come in the situations that we have dealt with, you know, coming a long way putting this album together. But let's keep going on the track list. Track 3 is Detox featuring Rock Baller. Definitely doing that song. Definitely doing numbers. It's definitely a lit, nice hood joint. You know, love joint. You know, it has a good story to it. The video is gonna be fire. Definitely wait on that. What's number 4? Number 4 is Stupid. Stupid is definitely a movie. That video is gonna be next level. Definitely, if you ain't tune into my album, like I said, it's available all platforms. If you tune into Urban Trauma Chapter 3, you definitely gonna fuck with Stupid, produced by Fat Boy Sosa. It's my brother. We already know what it is. And last but not least, Gremlin. It's called Kremlin. It's called Gremlin. It's called Gremlin, parentheses, CPLB. Community pussy little bitch. But, you know, every song pretty much has a story to it. When you listen through the song, you could hear what's going on in the background, what's going on with the story, why, you know, the character's anger is the way it is. And basically, like, that's what I do. I do storytelling rap. I brought back that storytelling rap, but I bring it with more, you know, current situations. You know, I put swag to it. I make it, you know, I dressed it up real nice. So Gremlin is definitely a dope one. You know, that video is definitely going to have a big, you know, we already putting it together. That video is definitely going to be like a movie. The whole thing is going to be like a limited series. The whole album is going to be like a limited series. Every chapter is going to be an episode. So, you know, we definitely working on that. We got a lot coming, you know, soon. Some coming sooner than others. You know, we got a lot for the near future, and then we got a lot more down the road. So once again, today is Trauma Tuesdays. Your boy Atti Calendar, Atti Season, and that was a brief breakdown of Urban Trauma, Chapter 3, 99 Problems and a Bitch's One. Make sure y'all go cop that, go listen, get familiar, you know, follow my channel, Atti718. That's ATTI718. Like, comment, please subscribe. We need to get the subscribers up. And, you know, that's what it is. It's your boy Atti, Urban Trauma. Chapters 1 through 5 available everywhere. Go get that. I'm off this, y'all. Y'all have a good turned up Tuesday. It's almost summer. Let's turn up. Summer podcast on the way, by the way. Make sure y'all get familiar with that. I'm off this. Yo, what's shaking? It's your boy Atti Calendar Season 2. Atti Season is out now. But do remember, Urban Trauma Chapters 1 through 5 out now on all platforms. Make sure y'all go get that. Make sure y'all get familiar. Show me love. Bushwick. We in the building. Brooklyn shit. Brooklyn spread love. Let's get it. Your boy Atti. I'm off this.